Welcome, everybody. This is the 40K to 400K Formula Workshop. Thanks for hanging out in the background while we got underway. This is where we show Shopify store owners the fast path to a plan of getting more orders, getting more consistent orders in their Shopify stores. And there's three things we like you to do up front. We say lock in, right? We're going to be here for about an hour or so. Obviously, the more present you are, the less other stuff you've got going on around you. We understand if you've got kids and animals and stuff coming in and out, that's part of life. But the more engaged you are here, the more present, the more you're going to get out of this session. We'd love you to be seen. We'd love you to have your camera on so we can see your lovely faces rather than staring into the black boxes of doom that we get here on Zoom. We understand if you can't have a video on, but we'd also like you to stay muted, as Chris mentioned earlier, just so I don't have people chatting over me while I'm speaking here and can't see you. But we will bring you up and ask you to unmute as we bring people on the call as we go through today's session. And we'd love you to have a chat. If you haven't figured out where the chat function is, find that button down below on Zoom. Our team will be chatting, we'll be asking questions and asking you to engage during this session. So we'd love you to have a chat in the chat down there. Few goals for you today. We want you to walk away with today three main ideas, one big idea and some supplementals there. So the main idea we want you to understand is how to turn more browsers into buyers, right? How do you take more of the traffic that's coming to your website and turn them into sales? Get people that are already coming to the site, get more of them to buy stuff from you. That's the big aha that we're going to get you to leave with today. We'll show you how to do that, how to fix those issues and blockages that stop that from happening. We'll show you what's broken as well when we go through our fast path plan for a few people live on the call today. We'll audit some shops, we'll look at some businesses, and we'll see what's broken, right? We'll see what's going on. Thanks for drawing on the screen there, Kerry. Someone always manages to draw on the screen. I'm not sure how they do it, but thanks for drawing a line on there. I appreciate it. Shows that you're engaged. Thank you. We'll show you what's broken, right? Most people can't see around the corner, but because we've done this e-commerce thing for so long, we know what's coming around the corner for you. We can see what's broken in your business and what needs fixing to move you forward and what those gaps are that are holding you back. And that will help us build out a plan for you so that you can leave today's call with a plan of action for your next 90 days, right? Rather than trying to figure out the 4,000 possible things you could be doing, you know, the 3 to 4 things that if you did those things right now, over the next 30, 60, 90 days, they'll actually move your business forward. 3 questions we get on this call, and this is kind of 3 flavors of the same question, which is, will this work for me, right? My business is super unique. No one does what I do, right? My niche is crazy. I make Diamante cat collars made out of leather for Persian cats that live in Victoria. That's my niche, and no one else does what I do. Will it work at my size? I'm a monster business. I got 400 employees, or I'm just starting out, or I'm just getting launched. And does it work now? Is the stuff that we teach relevant to the market in 2025? And the short answer is yes, right? Whatever niche, we work with 200 plus founders. We've worked with hundreds of brands over the last decade or so in the e-commerce space, and every niche possible, right? So if you're in e-com, if you run a Shopify business, we can help you. Whatever size you're at, we can help you, right? We teach principles. We teach stuff that works. We teach proven methods. And those things are proven because they've worked over and over and over again, decade on decade. And they work today. And they work for people at every size. So we teach stuff. Our people, our experts, our team are live inside of e-commerce businesses every day. So we're teaching stuff that's practically working right now in 2025 for every niche across every type of size of business. This call is for you if you're on this call. Surprisingly enough, something in the universe brought you into our orbit, and you're on this call because you're looking for answers, right? You're trying to find that answer, like, what do I do? What's that next step? And you haven't quite been able to crack it yet. So this call is going to be for you. If you're probably 1 or 3 or all of these things, you're passionate, you've got an amazing product, you've got this killer thing, you solved a problem for yourself, you've got this amazing product that you just know if you could get it into more hands, it would have a really good impact on the world. You're passionate about what you do, you love your product, you love your business, but you just don't know what those next right moves are. But you know that if you had those right moves, you'd unlock the power of your business. Because of that, and because being a business owner is difficult, you're probably overwhelmed as right. And I talked about the 4,000 possible things you could do. Most of the business owners we meet are on TikTok and Instagram and YouTube and following all the stuff and getting all the ideas, and all of it ends up just being this conflated mess of conflicting information. And because you don't know which one to do, you end up procrastinating and doing nothing. And then another month goes by and another year goes by and you're still in the same place. Right. So we understand what it's like to be overwhelmed, and we're going to get you out of that overwhelm on the call tonight by giving you, as I said, those 3 or 4 tactical things that you need to do that are actually going to grow your business in the right direction. And we also hope that you are a person that likes to make money, and make money so that you're not just a collection agent for the ATO. We all absolutely love paying the ATO, of course, but we'd love paying ourselves more as business owners, right? I'm pretty sure no one on this call started their business to make the tax office more money. You probably started it to make yourself some money and make your kids some money and have lifestyle freedom and have more holidays and have all this dream life. But it can be difficult to build a business that gives you that profitability. But we'll show you tonight and in the work that we do how to build a business that is also profitable, that's actually making you as the business owner some money along the way as well, which is the whole idea. So why should you listen to us? Why should you listen to Paul and our team? As I said, we don't teach theory, we teach stuff that works. We're live inside of e-commerce businesses every day. We're not general marketers, we're not general consultants and coaches. We coach and train e-commerce because that's the space that we operate in and have operated in for a long time. Paul, Warren built Warcom back in 1997 at the ripe old age of 14, 17, something like that. He's only 21 now, so the maths doesn't work out. And he eventually sold that business after selling about 40 mil of product in the tech space to an ASX listed company in 2014. As part of that journey, he built the Insightful agency, essentially to deliver marketing services for himself. Today, Insightful builds 100, 200 plus Shopify stores a year, which is where a lot of our high converting frameworks and methods come from. So after 20 plus years inside of e-commerce, as I said, we know what's coming around the corner for you, right? We know where you're at. We know what's coming next. We know what's coming up around the corner. We know where you're going to be in 12 months if you apply the principles that we're going to show you. Because Paul's mastered this stuff, because we've done this stuff for so long, we know the pieces of the puzzle and we know which pieces you need to put into your business to get it to the next stage. And the funny thing is that the principles that we've learned and practiced over the last 25 plus years are the same exact principles that we teach today to our clients, that we put into businesses, that helps them grow and helps them get incredible results today in 2025. And when we implement the methods and systems that we put into these businesses, they get results like this. We have customers that join us and they're doing 0 or they're doing 10K a month and they do their first 100K month. We have companies doing their first $1 million years, companies doing $1 million months and $500,000 months. Right? These results are consistent, and this is what happens when you implement the systems and the practices and the procedures that we're going to show you through tonight. And a great example of this is one of our clients, Steve, who joined us, who's doing about 160, 170K a month. So not a small business. He does a sort of custom OEM Holden parts. So if you've got an old VL, VS, VR Commodore, Steve's the guy to go get your stuff fit out if you need new security systems or a fancy new radio. So we fixed Steve's business, but we didn't reinvent the wheel. We didn't change everything. Right? We fixed some brand messaging, we fixed some positioning, we fixed his brand voice. We pulled a few key levers in the business that made massive difference. Steve had a 12-month goal of hitting 255, 260K months. He hit that in about 4 months. And on that time, he had a new daily record. He had a $13,000 day and a $60,000 record week along the way. And he's now pushing consistent 255K plus months, which was his 12-month goal, which we shrunk back and got him achieved inside of 4 months.
$300,000 for this month. Well, good job.
Solid. He's just scaling that month on month now. So we do have what we call our unhidden agenda here on this call. And this is obviously a free call that we do every week. We love doing these workshops. We run these every week inside of the Shopify Australia group. We publish these live out to our YouTube channel. We want this information out in the world because we think it's beneficial. And we do this because we want our next success story. As I always say, I want to put your face on an image and your Shopify screen grab on my next case study the next time I run this workshop and go, Joe joined us and she was doing X, and Christine joined us and she was doing X, and now they're doing 100K a month, 200K a month, 300K a month, and living their dream life. That's why we run these sessions, because our mission really is to help people. We're here to help Shopify store owners cut through the crap, get to the stuff that actually works. So our promise for these workshops and this workshop tonight is that this is going to be incredibly valuable for you, whether we ever see you again or not. Obviously, we'd love to see all of you. We'd love to have you all join our community and get into our orbit and work closer with you. But if we never hear from you again, unfortunately, you'll have tactical stuff you can take away from this call to implement into your business. Obviously, we'd love to work with each of you in a one-to-one capacity and really understand your business and go deeper and get specific into what the next thing for you is. But obviously, if we tried to do that live on the call tonight, we'd be here for about 26 hours. So unless everyone wants to hang out for a day, obviously we have some time constraints. So with that in mind, for those of you that are interested in some more assistance, would like a bit more hand-holding and would like to understand how we can work together, later on in this workshop, we will have a bit of an offer for you. So can I get a hand raise? Can I get a hell yes? Can I get a thumbs up in the chat? If that would be okay if we share that with you later on in this call. Chuck a yes, chuck a thumbs up. Give us a celebration if you're happy for us to put a little bit of an offer so that we can work with you a bit closer. Awesome. Thanks, Francis. Thanks, Christine. Thanks, Justin. Good, good. Karina, fantastic. Thank you. Marika, awesome. Lisa, fantastic. Good, good, good. Next question, while you're in the chat there, drop me, where are you at in your journey? Everyone we meet is at one of these places, right? You're in startup, maybe you're pre-launch, you haven't made your first dollar yet. You're just kind of getting started, you're making your first sales. You're in setup, you're kind of starting to figure stuff out, you know what's selling best. You're 10 to 25K months, you're in grow up, you're sort of hitting 30, 40, 50Ks a month and really starting to grow ad spend, build out your campaigns and all that kind of thing. Or you're at scale up, right? You're cracking 250K plus months, things are going better and you're at that real scale stage. So let us know you start up, set up, grow up, scale up. Some startups, some setups, fantastic. Plenty of startups, startup. Good, Karina, startup. Good, good. Okay, lots of startups tonight, fantastic. When we met Paul and Delane, they were pretty much in startup phase. They were doing sort of inconsistent 12 to 15K months, 10K months. They were getting burnt by an agency, as probably some of you here have had that experience of agencies that don't work on your behalf. But so we met them, they're doing 10, 15 sort of K months and business was a bit hard for them. Paul was running it by himself. Delane didn't have time to work in the business. She still had to hold down a job, all these sorts of things. But amazing business, fantastic people, super driven, amazing product. They do Australia's cleanest collagen and protein. So if you want really good, really affordable, high quality collagen, go check out Nature's Pantry Supplies. They do a fantastic job. So they had all the right ingredients. They just needed that direction. They just needed a few key levers pulled in their business. And similar to Steve, we didn't tear down the entire business. We tweaked a few things and improved a few things. And since then, they went on to do 115 plus percent annual growth year on year. It's probably even higher now. They're now pushing, 95K months?
They did 106K over the last 30 days. So
nice.
they finally cracked 100K. Stoked for them.
Nice. Had the first 100K month, but they was consistently pushing $95,000, $96,000 months for quite a few months. And that's probably 10 to 12 months after they sort of joined in, and they grew from that 15K months all the way up to now pushing consistent 100K months. Delaney's now in the business full time, so they're both working together, loving the business, building out their brand. So all good things are happening. So I know you can see results like this, and go, how do you actually do this? How do you make this happen? So what do you think? How do we get these results? Is this just luck? Did we just meet Paul and Delane and people like um, our clients that they were just going to get there anyway, and we just, grabbed their
No,
screen grabs and dropped them in, right? Is it some sort of magic? Is it a magic wand that we just waved over the business and things magically happened? Or do you think it might be a system? Let me know in the chat. Do you think it's luck, magic, a system? How do you think it is we get these results consistently for clients like Paul and Delane? Happens when Chris rubbed it. That's the key. That's the key. It's like a
yeah,
genie. It's like rubbing the genie's lamp, rubbing the mustache. System. Oh, we got smart people on tonight. It is a system. Well done, everybody. This is going to be fun tonight. I can feel it. It is a system that we call the more orders model that looks something exactly like this wonderful triangle. As you can see, there's 3 sides to this triangle, as all triangles do. And there's these 3 things are the 3 things that every e-com brand we meet has broken, don't have it all, isn't fully optimized, or needs some kind of work. So what do you think these 3 things are? These are the 3 big levers that you need to pull in your business before you do anything else. So we're going to play a bit of a game of hangman here. I'm going to get my pen ready so we can see if we're going to hang this guy tonight or not. Let's go. Super smart audience tonight. So what do you reckon, gang? What are the 3 S's here? What are these 3 things? So as you can see, they all start with S. This one has 5 letters. This one has 5 letters. This one has 8 letters. What do you think these 3 S's are? Remembering that these are the 3 things. SEO. So I'm gonna put a head in there for SEO. Scale.
Feels like Wheel of Fortune back in the 90s. Anyone remember Wheel of Fortune back in the 90s?
I'm gonna give you a body for scale, success, sales. Those things all start with S, but they're not the S's that we're looking for.
Those things are the result of this model.
Yeah, these are the things that you need to fix. And I'm gonna give everyone
fill in the gaps.
They all start with st.
One might sound like store. Just putting that out there. That might be the first one.
Well, we'll give you one. We'll give you
all right. Monica's got one.
Also starts with store.
Christine's got one.
Christine's got story. Fantastic. Store and story are 2 of them.
Yeah, we got strategy. We got the bottom one. Tracy's got it. Teamwork makes the dream work.
And we've got strategy. All right, we saved him. Good job, everyone. So you knew we had a smart audience. I knew we'd save this guy tonight.
You can't have stability, unfortunately. Most e-commerce people are a bit unstable. Normal people don't want to run e-commerce businesses. So avoid that one.
So thank you all for the correct guessing. The 3 S's are your store, your story, and your strategy. Right? And your store is all about conversion. This is about having a high converting website. Chris and Paul, can you look at the people that need to come in?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so store is all about having a high converting website. Your story is about having a compelling brand message. This is how you connect with your ideal customer. Right? If you don't have a website that actually converts, remember going all the way back to the start where we talked about turning more browsers into buyers. It's no point turning more traffic on, doing more meta ads, doing more Google ads, doing more SEO, and sending all of that traffic to a busted website that converts at 0.01%. Right, is wasting. You're going to burn all of that cash because you're sending it to something that's broken. So having a high converting store is such a critical factor. If you don't have that first, a lot of the other things that you can be doing in your business are inconsequential. They're not going to work, right? And the second big part of this is having a story, having a brand so that you're not just a commodity play. You're not just out in the market competing on price with Temu and Amazon and Shine. You're actually building brand, you're building community, you're building reasons for people to come back and connect with you as a founder, connect with your story, connect with who you are, why you do what you do, how you do it, what's in it for them. And all of that messaging goes on your website, and then it goes into your meta ads and into your Google ads and your SEO campaigns and your email campaigns, and you build a vibe that builds your tribe. And once you've got those two things in place, you look at your strategy, and this is how you turn the chaos in your business into control. This is your business model. This is your digital strategy. This is knowing when to run meta ads, when to run Google ads, when to turn on email, right? What to do, when to do it, and in what order to do it is your strategy. And that's what we're going to look at next. And we're going to look at that for a few people here on the call tonight. So, who on the call would like us to fix their more orders by looking at their more orders model? We're going to look at your store. We'll look at your story. We'll look at your strategy for a few people on the call. Chris, Paul, if you've got some ideas of who you want to bring on, we'll bring a couple brands on. We'll have a look at your these things for you, and we'll run a bit of an audit. And we'll run it into what we call our fast path plan. And this is going to give you the takeaways of what you need to do to fix your store story and strategy over the next 90 days, right? We're going to focus down on this little 90 quadrant down here. We're going to look at the things that you need to fix, like stuff that you're doing that is broken, such as having a broken website, stuff that doesn't exist that you need to build, right? Maybe you don't have Klaviyo set up. You're not sending emails. You need to build these assets to build your business out, but you're probably also doing some stuff that's working. So we'll look at what's growing as well. So we'll focus down on here, and we're going to do this now. So I'm going to drop out of this share, and Paul's going to take over, and we'll do this live for a couple brands. So you guys pick a couple brands, and we'll bring some people up and run through a fast path plan for a couple of folks.
Yeah, we could. I was having a look at a few of the brands, and the ones that I liked, I think they're on mute. I think it was who was it that was here before?
Gary
that had the activewear brand. Monica or something. Is she still here? Can't say her. Marika, sorry. I don't know if Marika's still here. That'll be one I'll take a look at. Do you want to come off mute? Is it? And I hope I'm pronouncing your name right.
Call
Not
me
sure if
Mary.
she's there.
It's okay.
Mary? Okay, Mary, got you. All good. All right, here's your moment. So give us the background on your brand, when you started it, why you started it, all the good stuff.
So it started in 2022. So it's almost 3 years ago, and we're just a startup, and our sales were not that high enough. So sometimes last 30 days. Wait. So we just got $2,000. So it's not that high enough. And 20 orders, I guess. So that's
Okay.
that's it.
So talk to me about though, like what is your point of difference between your brand? And I'm going to screen share now so everyone can see what I'm looking at. So, and I hope I've got the right side. I think I do. This one here. So, tell me why your brand is so different to all the other like sportswear, activewear, and so forth brands that are on the market at the moment. Because I'm not getting that when I land on your website. And why I ask that question is because I need to get that as soon as I land on the website. If I land on an activewear website and I see like, young girls on here, and I'm obviously they're fit and healthy and happy and so forth. And I'm like, okay, but I can buy activewear from, I can drive from my house in 10 minutes and be at like 9 activewear shops, and I can go to 400,000 activewear brands online. What is your difference versus everybody else's? Like, give that to me in like a sentence if you can.
So the difference would be we value our customers, and we also consider the quality of the products that we have. So if it's for the girls, like tweens and teens, so we care about what they feel or if they will be comfy with our products. All about quality and, of course, the customer satisfaction and how or what do they think of our brand. So we all consider it.
Right. Okay. Right. So what I want to encourage you to do, and everyone on the call, is as soon as someone lands on your website, you need to make them a promise. Right. So, and you need to make them multiple promises. So for example, like, here's what we're working with, and there's a lot going on this website. There's like it's like super bright. However, largely, and I'm only doing this on a desktop, obviously, because it's easier for me to show you on a desktop than it is on a mobile because it's not going to work. But here's what people actually, let's get a different color. You got all the colors, so I can't actually yellow. We're not using yellow. We'll try and use that. Here's what you're working with. This space to here, to here, to here. Right. Now, one of the most important things on your website immediately is there's a thing called a H1 tag, which is what's called a heading tag. And it's the single most important heading that's on your homepage, right? So let's just put this here, H1. It's also very important for Google because Google goes, hey, this is what the brand's about. It's about activewear for blah, 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 whoever it's for. Number 2, and I'm going to give you examples of what they should be because this is, again, really, really important. Next, we come down into here and we've got a H2. You don't have either of these at the moment, so you've got tons of opportunity to fix that. So, and I might even get Chris to help me with this. Sometimes I struggle with like activewear brands. But for example, I think your H1 needs to be way more promise focused, right? So what I want you to think about here is people sitting on Facebook talking to their friends about, what they're doing on the weekend. Young girls are talking about, I'm going to do this. I'm going to go play tennis. I'm going to the gym. I'm going to do blah, 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 blah. And your job on Facebook is to get them off Facebook and to get them to your website. Now, I won't go too deep on the whole psychology around what should be happening in a Facebook ad right now. I mean in a bit, but once people do land on your website, you go, what is the promise that I'm making to them when they buy my product? It changes something in my life, right? So for example, let's assume this was a pet wear brand and you had a Border Collie or a Labrador or a German Shepherd or something, and someone land on your website and you go, hey, our supplements will make your dog live 5 times as long and be able to jump higher than they've ever been able to jump. Simple example, but people go, oh, great, I want that. Who doesn't want their dog to live for 5 times as long and be able to have more fun, right? So taking that same thinking, we go, what is the promise that we make to young girls or the parents that are buying this for these young girls? I don't even sell guys' clothes or whatever as well, but we'll go, what is it, right? So now we don't want to say stuff like, hey, we care about you, we worry about you, we want to give you a good experience, blah, blah, blah. You don't want to use things like premium athletic brand, Australia's go-to, any of that kind of stuff. It needs to be super promise driven. So I'm going to try and think about what I would say here. So give me 2 seconds. And I'm going to do a super quick version. So what would I say from a promise brand for here?
Yeah.
So let me have a look.
Thanks for that.
Yeah, I'm going to actually give you the new example here, if I can think of it. And then I'm going to get Chris to probably help me out here. So just trying to think, whilst I'm working on that, the next thing that we want to do, right, is because once people have read this and they go, oh, great, I'm in the right spot right now. And what I've read, I resonate with, I'm ready to go. Now I read the next sentence, right? Your H2. And you go, great, I'm in the right spot. I've read that as well. Next thing that you want to do is we come down into here, and what we want to do in here, these are called trust statements, right? So for example, we might have 5 boxes that sit like this, right? And inside of these boxes, again, same thing again. We want to make more statements where people go, they read whatever it says in this box and they go tick, 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 tick. And the why we're taking them on this journey is because once they've read that and they go tick, and they've read that and they go tick, and then this and this and this and this, then they're more likely to buy from you, right? Because they're agreeing with everything that you're saying on your website. They're like, oh, I want to buy the product because of this reason. I want to join this brand because all these other people use this brand. I want to buy it because they have 100 5-star reviews. It is made and manufactured in Melbourne. It is limited stock. It ships today. It's all the other things that people are thinking about, right? So for example, I'm still stuck on a H1 and a H2 for this because it's not that easy. Chris, you got any thoughts about where you would go with a H1 for this kind of brand?
I think you need to go into, so it says you are girl, like teens and tweens. Is that the specific market?
Yes.
Young females, young women, or young girls. Okay, so that, you need to say that big and bold because it's not sportswear for mum or dad or the sons or brothers. So it's for this type of person. So girls, girls sportswear. How do they use it? Is it for if I'm active and I'm doing sport? Is it to look like I do sport when I'm out and about? Is it a casual dress or is it an active sports dress that I wear when I'm doing sport? Is it for types of sport? Like, what are those kind of outcomes that I get from, well, like, where do I use it? Who am I? Where do I use it? How do I use it? And the other thing you can think about is, how does it feel? Is it softer? Is it better fitting? Is it comfier? Is it warmer? Is it cooler? Is it brighter? Do I stand out or do I fit in? So some of the psychological benefits, do I stand out where I wear it, or does it help me fit in with the crowd? These sorts of things. That's combine all of those into about 10 words.
Going down that path, like, I think Chris hit on a good thing there, right? So is this something that they would wear to class, and would they also wear like outside of class, for example? Because I mean, they're teenagers, right? They're still at school. Do you reckon that's somewhere where they would land? So for example, if I wrote something like
kind of like
this,
trainings or competitions, the sorts of hangouts, or you want to do active activities, or
Okay, so
like
it's more
that.
active wear. So they're actually wearing it to do activities more than wear it to the gym or sorry, wear it to the shopping center or wear it on the weekend at home.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Yeah. So for example, this is not perfect, but from cartwheels to class, she's covered. So instantly when someone goes on the website, they go, oh, they can wear it at school. They can wear it when they're hanging out with their friends, and she's good to go, right? And then secondary to that, and again, this is not perfect, and there's a reason when we do this, it takes like hours, but your second sentence, like down in here, would be something along down here, right? So mix and match and moving comfort, Aussie design activewear that fits right, feels right, and lasts. Like, so again, you can see I did this super quickly, but it's a very strong promise-driven statement. So mums who buy the product for their brand, they go, right, yeah, they can mix and match it. That's good. I don't need to make it all bloody black or whatever. It's comfortable. It's designed in Australia. It fits right and it lasts. So now, and again, I was like, usually I would have gone, sometimes I do this and I go, that was 10 out of 10. This is probably a 5, but you get my point, right? So they read that and they go, I'm kind of in the right spot. I read this, I'm kind of in the right spot. Then they start to come down into this section. And again, what we're aiming for here is a whole bunch of yeses in people's heads. So they read something like this and it goes, 300 plus 5-star reviews. You go, great. So then we've got something like, free shipping Australia-wide. So put this down in this section over here. We go, yeah, great. I didn't want to pay shipping anyway. Fantastic. And then you go, well, how well do you back your products? Right. So then you come over into this section and we say something along the lines of this: 30-day free returns. It's easy, no stress exchanges, blah, blah, blah. You can probably even mention that it's like designed for Aussie girls by Aussie women, size advice made simple, try tested and tween approved, blah, 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 right? There's 100 sentences.
Flexible fabric that grows with them, because obviously like that period they're growing a lot and their bodies are changing. Is it flexible fabric that they can buy it and it lasts 5 years while they're changing? These sorts of benefits. So get right down into what does it do for them? How does it help them? How does it change their life? I always say that, and it sounds like a big thing. Go, how does your product change someone's life? But everyone on this call has a product that does something for somebody that makes their life a bit easier, or makes Saturdays a bit more comfortable, or makes going to sport feel better, or makes them feel more confident, or makes life a little bit better. And that can be a big thing. So thinking about your brand and your products and how does it change someone's life, that's the kind of stuff that we want to inject into these headlines.
Yeah. So, again, like these are just super quick examples. The gear that fits like a dream, feels like freedom, and keeps us shining all day. So what we're talking about here at the moment is brand messaging, right? So as Chris drew on his beautiful triangle, like the first left-hand side of that was, or whichever side it was like, you have to nail your brand story and at the risk of like running out of colors that I can use on my screen here, this is all the space that you've got to work with, right? So just to repeat, everybody who's on this call tonight, this is one of the most important things that you have to do to nail it. And why it's so important as well is because A, you have to nail it on your website. B, you have to nail it in your ads, right? So for example, you need to say stuff like, hey, you know, it's gear that fits like a dream and feels like freedom and keeps her shining all day long in her ad. So mums that are out there with their friends chatting on Facebook, see your ad, you go, oh, cool, I'm going to click that. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to go read it on the website. There's consistency from the start to the end. And I go, I'm ready to go. Is this making sense so far for everybody? Give us a nod or a yes or anything. That'd be good. Now, this is a super small example of how you do this stuff. I'm going to so I want to go a little bit deeper here just so you guys know like what, you know, where you can kind of aspire to. I know there's a lot of people that are brand new to this and so forth and here, but when you do this properly, like you literally come through and I'm going to turn off this. I'm going to go here. So we will do this for brands, right? And we'll go super deep on all this stuff, or we'll teach you guys how to do this. We're like, hey, why are you doing this for? You know, why are you in business? You know, what are the values that your brand has? What are the beliefs that your brand has? You know, what is the personality that your brand has? And I won't go through every single slide here, but you can see there is like 50 tabs here, right? You know, so ultimately we end up going like, how do we talk about our brand? What do we say in the ad? What do we say on our website? And who do we say it to? Like that's the most important thing, right? So we go, hey, our ideal customer is, it's a 40-year-old mum. She's got 3 daughters. She, you know, thinks this thing, she wants to buy this thing for her kids, blah, 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 blah. You go, great. So this is a super, super quick demo of what brand strategy is, right? Now, second part that we need to work on this site is, where is it? Back over here, is how it actually converts. Now, again, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to show you the world's best conversion rate optimization checklist that I've made over 20 years of doing this, but I'll blast through it. But before I get into it, for context, my checklist, I break it up into 3 parts. A website's homepage, right? Everybody know what a website homepage is, which I assume most people will know what it is. Chris doesn't know what it is. It's his first day on the internet, right? Then you have a product page. So like this is the product, this is the homepage, right? And then this, when I get to it, this is a product page, right? And then this thing is a collection page. Now, when you build a website that's called like a high converting Shopify website, you got your homepage, you got your collection page, you got your product page. I won't talk about all the other pages at the moment, but across those pages, there's about 100 different things that should go on all of them in order for it to convert as good as it can. If you don't have all of those things on all of those pages, then you're going to have a terrible conversion rate, right? So for example, if I go to this page here and like, if I was to audit this page, I would go, hey, okay, at the moment, Mari's got like 8 things that should be on there. She's got a name, she's got the price, she's got, you know, this thing here that I call scarcity. It's like, it's ready to go. It's almost sold out, blah, blah, blah. She's got a size guide. She's got 1 photo. But if I was to continue going through like my framework and my checklist that I spent a lot of time making, I would go, she's still missing about 90 things. And because she's missing all the other things like information about shipping and that I can't see on here, and information about, you know, warranty and all the other little things that matter, this page is never going to convert as good as it can. Right. So people are going to come to this website, tons and tons and tons of traffic. They're going to hit it. They're going to go, oh, there's certain things that I didn't see that I wanted to see, you know, and I'm out of there. And it's the same when they land on your homepage. It's the same when they land on your collection page. It's the same when they land on your product page. It gets worse when they go through your shopping cart and there's more things missing from your shopping cart. So as you guys all become much bigger brands, you'll start to understand how all this works. They go to your homepage, they go to your cart. Why does everyone abandon my shopping cart for? It's because you don't have all the things that should be on these pages, right? So I'll give you a quick example. We might even demo Karen's site just to give you guys a bit of a, you know, a side-by-side comparison. But if we do tea leaf reader and we go to Karen's page, so let's have a pick here. We'll go best sellers. I think this will make it super easy for people to understand. And just for context, Karen is using what we call our high converting framework. So we'll talk about that at the end. How you guys can get it, because everyone should have it. But you go here and you go, great, 2 people looking at the product. It's got a short review. It's got these things, Metafield benefits. It's got in-stock availability. There's a lot of stuff going on with Karen's images that everybody should be doing. You go, hey, you can add it to the cart. It's in stock. It's ready to ship. Super easy to see the description. It's got reviews in the right place. She's doing a whole bunch of other things as well that she's doing right that this brand is not doing right. It's the same with the other brands that I was looking at as well. They're all missing things. But I just want to get to my point. If you go to Karen's homepage, right? And Karen's homepage is great. So tea leaf reading with a 21st century twist. I don't know about you ladies on the call, but you go, oh, that sounds quite interesting. So you go tick. Then you go shop portrait telling teacups. You go, oh, another tick. Come down here. Oh, Jesus Christ. 18,000 reviews. That sounds really good. Free shipping, Aussie owned, blah, blah, blah. What sets us apart? So I won't give away everything here, but Karen is nailing like 70, 80, 90% of what you should do from brand. And the same with conversion rate optimization. And that's what has allowed her to go from nothing to whatever I think you did last month, 16, 17 grand or something, Karen. And if she had time, and she scaled her ad, she'd have a 50 grand a month business. But like she said, she'd be bloody cooking teapots all day long and she'd be exhausted. But before all of you guys go off and embark on your wonderful journey I'm going to go run Meta ads and I'm going to go run Google ads. I'm going to do everything. You have to nail these things, right? Otherwise, you're just leaving so much money on the table. So, for example, I like to do this, and I'm going to do this quick example here. So, let's use Karen as an example. Can everyone see my screen? Everyone know how to use ChatGPT? So, let's do this. Karen has a website that converts at 1%. By the end of this call, you guys are going to be absolute pros on this stuff, right? She gets 10,000 visitors a month to her website. Her average, and I'm going to explain what this means. Average order value is $150. Everyone know what that means so far? 1% people convert, 10,000, $150. How much money does she make each month? Anyone want to have a guess? Any maths geniuses on the call that know this answer? Please feel free to chuck it in the comments. So at the moment, she makes $15,000 with those numbers. What if Karen increased to, let's go to like $210, right? Now, how much money does she make? So you can see what I'm showing you here, right? And the way Karen gets to this is she fixes her branding message. She fixes how her website converts. 2 things, right? Everything else is still the same. But if she does these 2 things, watch what happens. And effectively, this is what Karen did do. She had a 0% conversion rate because she didn't have a website, right? She had a 0% average order value because she didn't have one. So if she hits those numbers, she gets $73,500 per month, right? So I don't probably need to do the next part of this where I go, okay, now if Karen continues to do those numbers for the next, hang on, we'll do it anyway. How much will she make over 12 months with those numbers? It's going to be a lot of money. Karen's going to go, oh, geez, I better get a bigger cup cooker. $882,000, right? Whereas if she stayed at the old numbers of whatever it was, how much would she make? Yeah, it's good to just show it. Would she make 100K, whatever it was? There you go, 180K a year. So simply by fixing her brand messaging and her website, she would have made an extra $702,000 a year. I don't know about you guys, but I would much rather make $882,000 a year than $180,000. I mean, don't get me wrong, $180,000 a year is still bloody amazing, right? But you see my point here. And most e-commerce brands, they build great product-based businesses. You sell awesome products, blah, 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 and you're like scrapping away at doing this stuff again and again and again, month after month after month, going to bloody YouTube and TikTok and following all the gurus, and they're all like, run more ads. And like, that is the last thing you should do. You know, they just scale your ads, bro. Like, you're going to make tons of money or da 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 da. You're like, no, fix this, fix that. And then these are the outcome that you have. Right. So please take note of this. And it's not a simple case of like, go get a better, you know, like a $5 theme from Shopify or whatever, right? There's processes that you got to go through doing this. Makes sense so far? Do we want to do this for another brand, Chris or Chris? What are your thoughts?
You said you like the other one, Kushko from Kerry?
I don't think Carrie's here though, is she? She's gone.
Why'd she leave?
Yeah, or if someone else wants to come off mute if you want. Like, whoever comes off mute first and drop your link into your comment, I'll do it for you. If Carrie is here, that's cool because
Kerry's still here.
She's still here? Okay, let's bring it up. You know what I'm going to do as well is actually put some of this back onto you guys. So this may be even an example of like Carrie's doing okay, right? So for example, let's land on her website, Pushco Australia. What does she do? Coastal boho. Says what you do. Everyone knows what coastal boho means. I've just spent a fortune decorating my new house, and I'm like, I know what it means. A luxurious collection of coastal boho inspired cushion covers, da da da. Exactly like. So she's doing an okay job of it. She isn't, however, doing a good job of like using trust signals and stuff on the homepage, right? So, for example, she's got all this dead space in here that, again, we're going to talk about. We won't talk too much about brand messaging, but here you could have put a whole bunch of different messages in here where when people read them, they read that, they go tick, they read that, they go tick, they go tick, 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 and they go, great, I'm in the right spot, right? Then up here, they could have used this space better. You know, you could have go, hey, get 10% off your first order and free shipping and all orders shipped today. So all these little things that I'm now talking about are what we call conversion rate elements. And again, so what we want to do, we want to have as many possible conversion rate elements everywhere on the website. And we want to have as many possible brand messaging elements on the website as well. So as people are scrolling around your website, their brain's just going off like it's just, you know, smash the can of Coca-Cola and they're just going tick, 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 tick. When that happens, they're more likely to tick the add to cart button, right? If they're not getting all those dopamine hits inside their head, they're going to go, oh, don't really think this is the website for me. Yeah, nice photos of your cushions, but if I go to your product page and I click here, and can't even see the product yet, but let's go to a product page. We got beautiful photos, by the way. But I don't see reviews. I don't see shipping information. I don't see lifestyle photos and all the other things that are kind of missing at the moment. If Kerry was to add them in, she'd be selling hundreds of these pillows a month instead of however many she's selling. You know, maybe she is selling 100, but she'd be selling thousands if that's the case, if it was done properly, right? Does this make sense?
It's out of stock. The button color looks like it's out of stock. There's no shop pay.
Yeah, but there's a cheat code for all of you, right? So when you all do go set up your Shopify sites, turn on shop pay. It's this big ugly purple button that lives on your product page. Tiny little things like that, which we teach you guys about inside of our e-commerce circle. Turn it on. It instantly going to kill 50% of your conversion rate if you don't have it on, right? And then I add this product to my cart, and then that cart pops up, and I'm like, 10% off your first order, fantastic. You know, we use these payment icons, that's good. Checkout, like all these buttons are the wrong color anyway. You don't have like such dull button colors. You need contrasted colors. So, and I still don't know how much shipping is at this point in time. So I would go as far as saying like 30% of Kerry's audience is bailing here right away, right? So does this make sense to everybody? And just to really hammer the point home, like here is the depth that we go to, like when we help you guys either, I can hear myself. When we either help you do it yourself, we do it with you, or we do it for you. So you can see here, like all the things that you need to have on your homepage, all the things that you got to have on a collection page, all the things that are got to be on a product page, all the things that are got to be in your cart, right? Hundreds and hundreds of them. Make sense? So what we'll do now is I'm going to stop screen sharing for a second, and I'm going to do a whiteboard. I don't have Mary's still here, but let's do this. So presenting, I'll do presenting instead of collaborating so someone doesn't draw on my screen other than me. So, wait, all right, let's do this. So if this was my brand, and I was going to help Mary fix her activewear brand, the most important thing you got to fix right now at the start before you go do anything else, don't go and make more products. Don't go spend more money on Google ads. Don't go spend more money on meta ads. Don't do any of that crap, right? It's fix your brand messaging strategy. So we'll pick a color or something, right? But fix your brand strategy. Super easy thing to do. Number 2, fix how your website converts. Whether we help you audit it, or you rebuild it, or you get a high converter kit, and a high converter kit is probably perfect for you, but fix your website, right? Both of these things you get done in like less than 90 days. Absolutely critical. Then once you've nailed your brand messaging strategy, which is this thing, then you go and start running your ads again, right? So because all you need to do is take the messaging that you've put into your brand messaging process, which we'll show you guys in the future. But you take that, you put that into your meta ads, and now you're saying much better things in your meta ads, right? So people click your meta ad and they go to your website and they read your brand strategy. And now you have a website that is actually built to convert. And you go, fantastic. Now I've got a 3% or a 4% conversion rate. Happy days, right? Much better. So this is where you want to get to at a minimum, right? Activewear is a bit of a funny one, like anywhere between 2 to 5, whatever. If it's your own product, like conversion rate can be pushing 6%, 7%, 8%, right? So, but I reckon looking at the audience on this call, this is the same model that everybody needs to probably be working on here. I would almost guarantee that there is no one on this call that would be even probably at like a 5 out of 10 in terms of nailing this, and nailing this, Assuming you had, then the next step you go over to here and then you go, cool, well, if for some reason people don't buy my product via meta ads, I need to collect their email address and I need to enter them into my email marketing system, and there's tons of them, but I need to be sending them emails, right? Hey, why didn't you buy? Hey, I noticed you didn't buy. Would you like a coupon? Hey, would you like to see some reviews? Hey, would you like to see other stuff, right? So it's email after email after email. Again, what goes in those emails is the same stuff that comes out of your brand strategy. All right. Makes sense? It's going to have a short break before my voice dies. So as Chris said, it's so important. And Chris, V, you can jump in if you want. Give my voice a break for a minute, but
sure. I'll just elaborate on what I'm saying. Just because a lot of you guys here in the startup phase, and that's awesome. You're probably in the point where you're going to be learning some of these things in real time. And it's just for us, like we speak to a lot of people who are in this kind of level like pretty often. And it's just so important to do things the right way from the start. Like make sure that you have a good brand messaging strategy. Make sure that your website is built to convert. Make that the first thing that you really nail. Just this way, it's going to save you a lot of really time and money. That's really the pain. It's going to save you a lot of that wasted down the track if we do things correct from the start. A lot of the time people give up on their business within the first year, and it's because they just didn't do the things correctly and they weren't able to grow. So just super important. Like even if you guys like who are just starting off, this stuff is very, very necessary to jump onto.
All right. So now what we're going to do is I'm just going to go back to my slides for 2 seconds just so I can show you something else here. All right. So turn this off. Hopefully this works. Close the whiteboard and go over to this screen. All right. Here we go. So hopefully this has been helpful so far. So, we've been at this for a very long time. I like to think we've perfected it. Hopefully you guys can see the principles that we use. Hopefully you can see how you guys can do some of this over the next, 90, 180, 360 days. Right now you have 2 choices. You can continue to go and look at the orange version of me or the green version of me. Orange version of me where I look pretty miserable because I really hate seeing people stuff up and struggle and like having a hard time figure this out. Much prefer you just to follow our proven path when doing this stuff, because I want to see you all successful as soon as possible, as fast as possible. So I'm mindful that there's probably a lot of parents on the call and grandparents on the call, and your time is probably better spent running good e-commerce businesses so you have more time to spend with your kids and your grandkids and your pets and whatever else you guys are into. So if you'd actually like some help with this stuff, what we do is I'd like to invite all of you to actually jump on a call with our team, and we'll actually map out a fast path plan for each of you. So again, I know you're all at very different stages in your journey. There's probably people who will watch this later as well. So shout out to those people that are probably doing bigger numbers, but from here, the step is the same. So my team are going to put a link into what we call our fast path plan survey. All you need to do is jump on there. There's like, I don't know, 10 questions, 15 questions or something. It's like, who are you? Tell us about your brand. What goals do you have in the future? What do you want to do? We'll get on and we'll do this in a one-to-one basis, and we'll actually tell you what you need to do. So again, we'll go, this is how you should do your brand message. This is what you should do from a website perspective. This is what you should do from a digital marketing perspective. So it'll be a quick call, probably go for half an hour. It'll probably be either with myself or Chris V from my team as well. That's in the comments as well. And at the end of that, you'll be able to walk away with a really clear plan and know what to do. And then hopefully we can help you out on your journey in actually doing that. So makes sense so far? Can everybody see that link in the comment section? So if you're not ready to go ahead and, do it right now, please, hopefully everyone knows how to copy and paste. Click the link, load it up into your browser, and then fill it out when you've actually got time to do this. I do also like to ask people if you have any, if you'd like to give us a review on today, that would be fantastic. So my team are also going to put a link into our Senja platform where you guys can come along and give us actually a review that we can put in our marketing and so forth. But I've probably got another 20 minutes or so now. So if anyone has any questions about any of this stuff, very happy to kind of walk you guys through, and answer any questions you've got. So if you'd like to kind of put a question in there, I'll just come off mute and I'll just start answering any questions that you guys have got about this stuff. Don't be shy. I'm looking at you, Russell, Christine. You guys look like you've got some questions. Ernest, Tracy. Nothing?
It's Russell here. I just noticed when you're doing the thing on the screen, you're using on like a desktop version of the website, which when I designed my Shopify site, I spent weeks doing it on a desktop. And then after I started, I realized that everyone's actually looking at it on a mobile. It's like 90% of the people that view it do it on a mobile. So when you do that, I just find it hard to get as much information in when it's like on a mobile view, but that's obviously what everyone's looking at.
100%, yeah. So everybody should be designing first for mobile, but the principles are the same.
Right.
So keep in mind on a mobile desktop, you have the home page, you have the collection page, you have the product page, you have the cart, you have the cart drawer. So when I say, hey, Russell, your collection page or your product page needs to have these 100 different things, which we have in like what we call our high converting framework, that you guys are going to see us talking about in the Shopify group, like they will appear on desktop, they will appear on mobile. It's the same with your homepage, the same things. It's the same with your brand messaging. As soon as you land on mobile, you're still going to see what's the H1, you're still going to see the H2, you're still going to have trust signals. So assuming you're using a high converting framework like we sell, then everything is going to be in the right spot. Most people, unfortunately, have things in all kinds of the wrong order. And that's also another reason things don't convert, because you need to take people through the things that I've spoken about already, but in the right sequence, So for example, they go to your product page and it's got to go, hey, like reviews, product name, description, like the right things in the right order at the right time so they convert.
Yeah, I get about 90% of my sales, not through my Shopify site, but through my Etsy store. And most of them come from Europe and the US, not from Australia. And that's probably one of the things I want to try and address is, can I get more people coming to my Shopify site? And do you guys have a lot of experience in how that works? Because obviously at the moment when I sell stuff into Europe, Etsy sort out all the taxes, they take the taxes, they pass them on. I'm assuming I'd have to get a new theme to be able to do that through Shopify, would I?
Well, that's pretty much the exact same process that Karen went on. Karen was selling on Etsy. She set up Shopify. She installed our high converting theme. I might even get the guys to drop a link to our high converting theme in the chat because it's good for you guys to have a look. We've got a crazy deal on it at the moment, like $9.97 for our high converting theme, and it will solve all of your problems. But the 2 steps that Karen did is like build a high converting website with a high converting brand strategy and run meta ads.
Right.
Literally those 3 things, right? And now she's doing, I mean, for context, Karen's inside of what we call our e-commerce circle coaching community, you know, so she goes to like our live call, she learns from the community. There's 240 members in there or something at the moment. She pays like $97 a month, like the rest of the crew, you know, go to calls, learns how to do stuff, goes and does the stuff, makes more money, blah, blah, blah. So
the $97 a month, that's just like the ongoing cost to stay in the circle and keep getting the support. But the $997 is to get the fast track plan to get you guys there to help us put the website together to make sure it's actually performing properly.
Now the fast track plan's free, but the $9.97 is you buy the high converting framework. We come along and we log into your existing Shopify site. We put our high converting framework in, and then we help you set it up so that it's built and looks way better than your existing site. And then when you're ready, you turn off your old theme, you turn on our theme, and you go, boom, we're ready to go without a new.
So that's your theme, is it? The high converting one? Okay.
Yeah, yes.
Now
So we base
understanding of it.
We base it off a theme, and then we add all of the elements to it that make that theme convert better, which is where most people go wrong. They go and buy a theme from Shopify, and it's crap. It looks pretty.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like, and I go, I don't know why it's not working, because it doesn't have all of the things in it. It's like you're trying to build a beautiful house, and you go, I've got to put the walls in and didn't install a roof, and I've got no aircon, and like, you know, there's no carpet, and go, geez, I don't know why my house is crap. Most themes literally come out of the box like that, whereas people go, you got a beautiful house. You go, yeah, because there's 100 things that I added to the house.
High converting theme, does that sort of work well for all different types of businesses? Like, obviously all of our businesses have got like a different focus, but the theme works for all of them, does it?
Everything. I mean, I've got people selling, you know, like everything you can imagine, from candles to pet products to like very expensive custom products that are 30 grand to, you can buy a bot like one of our clients. Maybe you guys watch The Block. You might have seen the brand on there called Dream Courts, and they make basketball courts and the hoops. We just built them a custom website, but it's using the same framework that you will buy. And now you can buy a basketball hoop from their website.
And how long does that process take in terms of building the new theme?
So we set it up for you, and then you get training on basically all you need to do. Log in and go, hey, choose 2 fonts, change some colors on the theme, change some banners. If you're techie, you can probably do it in a couple of days, right?
Yeah. If you're not techie and you don't, you know, the idea of writing code sends you into a breakdown. Is it sort of like user friendly for people like of my age who don't understand the whole code thing?
There's no code.
I'm not techie, and I'm older than you, love.
And Karen did her side herself, like, you know. So how long do you reckon it took you, Karen? Probably.
It probably took me a bit longer, because one of the big brand things I had was I had to redo all of my images because the bold colours, and I had to have continuity. That took me quite a while to redo all the images and stuff again, but thank God for AI. But
don't let it be like I'm older. Do you know what I mean? Like,
no,
anyone, mate. We got like, you know, young kids who use this thing. Here's Karen's site. I think she did a beautiful job. You know, like here's someone using the high converter kit. Here's another person using the high converter kit. Right? You know, here's another brand using the high converter kit. I can show you hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. And for context, all these 3 brands are ladies, and all the ladies, and certainly no disrespect or anything on track, but I would say they're all probably above 50. Do you know what I mean? And they figured out how to do it.
Yeah. Okay.
Try 60 plus.
I thought you were like 23, Karen.
Oh yeah, I'm one at that. Yeah. But the thing is too, you can see, even as Paul's brought these up there, even though it says yes, the same high converting theme, none of the websites look the same. Right. So, yeah, that's then coming down to how you move things around, how you change things up and that. Like they're not all looking exactly the same.
Yeah. So see this. So this side, he's using a high converting framework, right? He no longer does anything on his website himself, but he started there, and now he does 600 grand a month. So he comes to us and goes, "Hey guys, would you be able to do the stuff for us?" He goes, "I'm busy being rich." So I'm like, "Of course we can." So that's the good thing too, right? You start there, and then when you start going, then you go, "Guys, I don't want to do it anymore. Like, can you guys do the rest of it for us?" We go, "Yeah, cool, no worries. We can make it a full custom website." Much like I think we mentioned Nature's Pantry Supplies. So another one, and Paul, the brand owner, he'll be the first guy to go, "I'm not a web guy." So it's using the same frame. You'll see it again, right? So there's their H1, and we fix that for them. There's the H2. There's all this stuff down here. It's a beautiful website. It may not have started there, but that's where they're at now. And that's why they're doing 100 grand. But for you guys, you can certainly get there over time, and you look at their product page, go here, and you're like, geez, really nice photos. You know why their photos are so good? Because they come to like my coaching calls in the community, and I go, "Guys, here is my 50-point checklist on how to do good product photos in an e-com business." And they keep coming back week after week, and they're like, "Fantastic." All right. But again, same thing. They're all using the same thing. 90% of people in our e-com circle are using exactly the same system. So even if you get stuck, and I know one of the objections is going to be from people, but what if you stop talking to me? You're right. Or you guys disappear, or you die. Hopefully I don't. You guys go into the community and go, "Hey, the other 150 people that are using the same thing, how did you guys do this?" And they go, "Oh, Ross, just click the button, change that, and you're done." Super easy, Makes sense?
Well, yeah, one question, like, my current Shopify site, I'm not happy with, and the only reason I haven't changed it is because I don't know what to change it to.
Yep.
I mean, I don't have reviews on there at all. That it's not part of the theme. But on Etsy, I've got like hundreds of 5-star reviews. If I do your one, can I?
You can import them.
All those into the.
You can import them.
Okay.
Yeah. 100%. I wasn't going to show this, but Chris McLean and I were talking about this. So I might as well, because I'll show you another thing quickly, because I think this is worth noting, because e-commerce is a journey that everybody goes on, right? And part of your journey, you start at the bottom, and then as you get better, like, you can do more things, right? So I have no idea if this is going to work, but we'll try and draw it and we'll see how we go. So give me 1 second. What did I do with the image? Chris M, if you're here, can you just like throw the Ascent model for me into the chat somewhere? Is he still here, Chris?
I can try.
You can try. I'll just put it. Let me grab it from the thing, because I'll draw it, because I think this is good. Here we go.
I'll probably stick it. I can probably add it into the.
All right, I'm going to draw this. So we haven't spoken about this. Even Chris B from our team, and even Roxy haven't seen this thing, right? But it's beautiful. What an amazing diagram. So hang on, someone's drawing on the screen. Whoever that was, thanks. So now we'll put it back, direct it. Now, basically, when you're going to get started, like building your Shopify site, right? There's various ways that you can do it. And we haven't, like, this is not ready to go yet, but I'm going to talk about it anyway. But basically what happens is, like, you start down here at the bottom, right? Whereas you go, "You know what? I'm going to have a crack and I'm going to try and build my own site." Right? So you go, "Cool, come along here. And I'm in this area, and I'm kind of solo, and I'm in Paul's community, and they're helping me do it, and I'm learning, and and I'm doing it on my own." So, when you're in this space, you go, "We have a product that you can buy, and it's called our high converter kit." Right? So you go as far as you can go, blah, 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 blah. Once you get a bit bigger and you go, "Cool, I'm doing 10, 20, 30 grand a month now, or 50 grand a month," you move into the guided phase. So you can still come along and you go, "Hey, I've gone up the mountain a bit more," because as you can see here, this person's like getting ready to go up the mountain. This person's like getting guided up the mountain. And this person has got a helicopter to get to the top of the mountain. Obviously, they got there because they're faster. So some of you may get to this point in the middle where you just go, "Guys, can you just help me build my website for me?" They go, "Absolutely, we can." So we've got a different product that we'll show you here. Versus you go, "Guys, I just want all the bells and whistles and absolutely everything. And I want it to be like, the world's best, greatest Shopify site by tomorrow." And I'm going to go, "Great. Like, for you guys, we've got a product that we can sell you that's in here. I won't talk about it on the call, but I just want to illustrate this. Some people will start there, some people want to start here, and some people want to start here. It's the same with your brand messaging. Some of you go, I've got tons of time, I want to learn it on my own. Some of you go, I'd like a bit faster help. Some of you guys are like, can do it for me, right? So again, our whole goal is like, how do we get Russ to the top of the mountain as quickly as we can? So Russ is doing 100 grand a month or 10 grand a month or whatever Russ wants to do, right? So that's why we build everything that we build so that you can do this. So it's not like, oh, you do this thing and then you have to start again, or you have to change, or you have to do silly things, right? Does this make sense, the way I'm explaining this? And I know I'm powering through it quickly, but again, like, fix your website, fix your brand messaging story, fix your digital strategy. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And we have different programs and different helping methods for all three of these things based on you and how fast you want to go and how much money you want to invest in this process as well, right? Is that really clear to everybody? Yeah. Super appreciate everyone staying on here to the end. We've got 27 people who stayed here right to the end. That's so good. Hopefully it's sharing a lot with you guys. So any other questions about this? Again, I've got, my kids aren't home yet. I'll wrap when my kids come in and they kick my door and they go, Dad, I'm hungry. Until then, you've got me. So ask me whatever you want to ask me. Oh, Christine Brown, awesome. Congratulations on buying it. It's good. So we'll chat on the Fast Path plan too. So good. Can you share the tube link? What's that? Sorry. Our YouTube link. Okay. Yeah. We'll chuck that in the comments. You don't want to go to our YouTube link. All the good stuff happens inside of our e-commerce circle. I'll get Chris and Roxy to have a look at the e-com circle. Everybody on this call should be in our e-com circle, right? So again, if you buy the converter kit, you actually get 2 months free access to that as well. So when Roxy messages you or Chris messages you and you buy the converter kit, like, you get 2 months free. And at the end of the 2 months, you just go, I don't want to leave. Can I stay? It goes $97 a month. Hang out with all your new friends, learning about all the new cool stuff that you're learning about. Is that a Facebook group? No, it's called Slack. I'll actually show you what Slack looks like. So if everyone knows how to use Messenger, you can set or use Slack. So here roughly is what Slack looks like. So it's a totally free app. Doesn't cost you guys anything. You go and install it on your computer. You go and see the 227 people in there, and you see stuff like, hey, Russell Stone. Good. There you go. Good job. Russell just joined. There you go. Then we've got, Mike, blah, 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 posting in there. And then we've got Mike Shelley's posting questions in there. So as you've got questions, you just ask them in the community, right? You can see other stuff in here. Yesterday, we did like a whole live coaching call on affiliate marketing with one of our members. She went deep and shared everything. We've got, you come into here and you go, cool, I can't make the calls because I'm busy or I've got a life and so forth. But I go, cool, Paul did a whole call on an hour that teaches you how to optimize your images. So you go, you click that, you watch the recording. You go, fantastic. Scroll back a few days earlier and we're like, the output operating system, which like teaches you how to operate it. Thank you, mate. Appreciate it. Sorry, my kids are home now. So, but you see all these things in the channel, right? Then you've got all these other channels down here on the left where you can go everything in there. And then, sorry guys, give me 1 second. Emma, can you take the kids? Yeah, home now. And then noisy. Finny, come and say hello to the people on the internet. No, okay, he doesn't want to say hi to the people on the internet. Grumpy gone. So again, join, you get access to all that good stuff as well. Any other questions that we've got here? Chris V, Chris M, you guys want to add anything?
No, it's thorough.
A quick little tidbit as to like why this converter kit is like such a big deal. I don't think we really mentioned it. Like, we build websites from scratch for businesses that want to grow, that are in that scaling phase, and like they do cost about 10 grand plus usually for us to do it. And it's all based off our high converting framework. It's like the 300 to 400 things that we custom code in. And the reason why we came up with a converter kit is because, we coach people how to build websites for themselves, and we can coach them how to do everything else in e-commerce. But the specific like web building side of things it's like it's a very hard skill that we have a full-time dev team who does that for us because it is a full-time skill to have, and it's very hard to learn that. And to be honest, for most business owners, like you shouldn't be trying to become a developer. Like it's not a good use of your time. So we wanted to just have this way that we can get people to having a website that's as close as possible to being built by us without them having to fork out 10 grand. Because most of the time, it's just an inevitable thing. You have to get the website sorted if you want to grow your business and if you're serious. So we're like, how can we help people who are in that stage who know they need a website and it would make a world of difference, but you're not ready to fully commit to us building one. And that's why we built this thing. So it's got all, like Paul's gone through, it's got all the things that we would usually custom build into a store for a brand from scratch. It's already in there. You just got to turn the things on and make it your website. And I like to say if it's a 10 out of 10 when we build a website, the converter kit will get you to about a 7 or 8 out of 10 in the meantime. So basically, like a few people have done this now, like Karen, for example, like you get the converter kit, you work on your branding in the circle because you get 2 months of access to a community. So you work on these other side of things, get the website done, and within some people take a few days, some people take a couple of weeks. You can go at your own pace, but after a couple months, you have this website that's built to convert, and now you're starting to get more traffic. You get more sales, you get money back into the business that you can reinvest and then grow. And that's kind of how we help people the best. So I just think it's such a great product. And if you really, like, if you value your time and you don't want to be sitting there like 5 hours a day trying to code how to make your H1, not your logo, this is definitely going to save you guys a lot of money and time. So that's
yeah, to add to what Chris said as well, like the reason I originally started this is for the exact reason that he said. So all the way back in 1997, when I started building my own custom Shopify site, and by the time I sold it in 2014, I probably spent $2 million making my own platform. I wish back then at the start, I was the guy that I am now that came to me and said, Paul, use this thing instead. It's going to crush it for you. All right. So that's why I made it, so that you guys don't have to go on this journey for years and years and years and years and get shit advice from a whole bunch of idiots on the internet, right? And it's wrong. I'm just like, get this thing. It's what you need. It'll set you up on the right path right now, and you won't waste thousands and thousands and thousands of hours of your time. And better still, you won't spend millions of dollars like I have to figure it out. So fortunately for you guys, you can probably consider that I've invested millions of dollars to be able to sell you this $997 thing that's going to save you 10 years of your life. So I'll wrap this up now. I hope you guys have got amazing value. If you do have any questions, keep an eye out in your SMS, in your email. Chris and Roxy will drop your message. You also get the opportunity again to do the Fast Path plan. Thank you so much for jumping on tonight, guys. If when you see the recording, please go and, say good things, share it with your friends, share it with your family, come back again to these things again. But really appreciate you all staying into the end. And I look forward to seeing all of you inside the e-commerce circle community tomorrow. See yous.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.